Welcome to a brand new deep dive. Today, we're diving into the really passionate world of European football's second tiers. You send us a whole stack of fascinating sources comparing two absolute giants, the English Football League Championship and, of course, Germany's two Bundesliga.
Two real heavyweights at that level.
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack this debate. Which league truly reigns as Europe's premier second division? Get ready for some surprising facts, maybe a few controversial takes from the fans we looked at, and, well, plenty to chew on.
Yeah, what's really fascinating here, I think, is that while both leagues are genuine powerhouses, attracting immense attention, huge fan bases.
Right.
The sources you sent really highlight how they offer incredibly distinct experiences of the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to explore what makes each league unique, what's driving their success, and maybe why they spark such passionate arguments among supporters.
Okay, let's get into it then. Let's start by making a strong case for the EFL Championship because, well, many of your sources certainly seem to think it's the toughest second division in Europe.
It's got that reputation, definitely.
It's not just tough, it's a relentless marathon. 24 teams, 46 match days, plus those incredibly intense playoff semifinals, and then the massive final at Wembley.
That Wembley final.
Yeah, and here's where it gets really interesting. The money. That million game. The promotion final. It isn't just a match. It's like a financial Everest.
Right.
It can be worth an astonishing up to $250 million to the winner.
$250 million. Just staggering.
This incredible financial prize, it doesn't just guarantee drama. It creates this, unparalleled level of pressure and investment.
Yeah.
It drives clubs sometimes to the brink of financial ruin or, untold riches. It makes every single match a high-stakes gamble.
You can see why the drama is just built in, really.
Absolutely guaranteed. And we've seen those nail-biting finishes, haven't we? Dramatic promotions like Nottingham Forest and Southampton in recent years.
Mm-hmm. And Huddersfield.
Oh, yeah. Huddersfield Town's penalty shootout win back in 2017. That common phrase, anyone can beat anyone in the championship.
You hear it all the time.
It's not just a cliche, is it? It really highlights how those financial stakes just drive this incredible, almost chaotic unpredictability.
And that financial muscle is... well, it's undeniable. Deloitte reported championship clubs' revenues were getting close to $1.0 billion in 2023-24.
$1 billion. Wow.
Yeah, a 28% increase from the season before. So connecting this to the bigger picture, it isn't just about the raw revenue number. It speaks volumes about the league's global appeal, its ability to attract serious investment, players, and huge media attention.
Absolutely. And your sources show the championship still has a clear edge in TV money, right? Distributing between, 11.16 euro and 14.6 million per club?
From national and international deals, it's a significant amount.
That's a huge lifeline for those clubs. And what about the fan atmosphere? English fans, they're kind of renowned for their quick-witted, reactive chanting, the banter.
A very specific style.
Yeah, one fan in your sources put it perfectly, I thought. Half the fun in England is winding up the opposition fans singing jokey songs.
Yeah.
This sort of on-the-spot creativity, that constant interaction between rival fans, it's often seen as a unique selling point, Makes the match day experience really vibrant.
Definitely a different vibe to some other places.
Plus, the pedigree is just immense. I mean, 19 out of the 24 championship clubs for the 2025-2026 season have played in the Premier League since '92.
That's a lot of history.
It brings a real sense of gravitas, and expectation to pretty much every game.
Okay, so that's a really powerful case for the championship's intensity, the financial side, the history. But is it truly Europe's premier second division?
That's the question.
To answer that, I think we need to shift focus and see how Germany's Bundesliga stacks up, because it offers something starkly different, but equally compelling, I'd argue.
Okay.
Your sources reveal some are even calling it the strongest second league in the world.
Strong claim.
It is. And it's certainly the most decorated second division in Europe, absolutely packed with historic clubs, lovable underdogs. It's quite a mix.
Right.
And what's fascinating, financially speaking, is that the Bundesliga actually crossed the €1 billion revenue mark for the first time in the 2023-24 season.
So they overtook the championship on that front.
Became Europe's wealthiest second division by that metric. And this growth, it isn't just numbers. It lets clubs invest more in, stadiums, youth development, keeping players. It strengthens the league's competitiveness and sustainability overall.
And the spectator appeal you mentioned, that sounds staggering. Your sources highlight these incredible attendances, averaging over 30,000 fans midway through 2024-25. Wait, hang on. They outdraw top-tier leagues, like La Liga in Spain and Ligue 1 in France.
That's what the figures suggest, yeah.
Yeah.
Midway through that season, average of 30,329.
That's genuinely astonishing. What drives that? How do they get so many people to second-tier games?
Well, there are a few factors. For the full 2024-2025 season, the average was actually even higher, 30,825. That's significantly more than the championship's 21,815.
Huge difference.
And this incredible turnout, it's not just about big numbers on a spreadsheet. It creates this electric atmosphere every single week. Then there's the on-pitch unpredictability, too.
Ah, like the championship?
Sort of, but maybe for different reasons. Unlike the top Bundesliga, which, let's face it, has been dominated by one team for ages.
Yeah.
Did it too. Bundesliga has seen 10 different champions in the past decade, so the title race is incredibly open.
Keeps things interesting right to the end, I guess.
Exactly. And, like the championship, it's full of these traditional powerhouses, former German champions. You got Hamburg, Schalke, Köln, Hertha Berlin.
Yeah.
Massive clubs with huge followings, even though they're relegated.
Right, big names.
16 of the 18 clubs in 2026 are former top-flight teams. So again, a really strong historical pedigree. And for the fans in the stadium, they get plenty of bang for their buck. The average goals per game is higher, 2.96, compared to the championship's 2.31.
More goals, more excitement.
Generally, yeah. And the fan experience, the stadiums themselves, that's a major draw. You look at Berlin's Olympiastadion, over 74,000 capacity.
Wow.
Gelsenkirchen's Veltins Arena, over 62,000. They're massive, clearly ahead of most championship grounds in sheer size.
Okay.
And your sources really praise that consistent, lively atmosphere, start to finish. Often whole stands of die-hard fans, flags, bouncing crowds.
Whole visual spectacle.
Absolutely. Plus, many German grounds have safe standing areas. You can usually drink beer in the stands.
Yeah.
That contributes to a more vibrant, almost festival-like match day experience for many.
That sounds incredible. But connecting this to the bigger picture, what about that 50+1 rule mentioned in the sources? What exactly is that and what impact does it have?
Ah, yeah, 50+1. It's fundamental, really. It's a core difference. German football operates under this rule, which basically means the club members, the fans, essentially must own at least 50% plus one share of the club's voting rights.
Okay, so the fans keep majority control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just a technicality. It's this fundamental commitment to fan democracy. It stops external investors from just taking complete control and ensures the community values are often prioritized over just pure commercial gain.
Right, I see.
And this fosters an incredibly strong bond between the fans and their clubs. It also helps keep ticket prices remarkably affordable. An average standing season ticket in the Bundesliga, for instance, just 186.25.
That's incredibly cheap compared to England.
It really is. And this ownership model, it also means fans often get actively involved in political and social causes. St. Pauli's famous anti-racism stance is a great example.
Right.
And yeah, that fierce political rivalry between St. Pauli and, say, Hansa Rostock, that can lead to some pretty intense, heavily policed fixtures.
So it's not always harmonious then?
No, definitely not always, but it shows the depth of feeling. And finally, it's also seen as a fantastic breeding ground for young talent. Lots of U23 players getting significant minutes, like Aaron Zanter at Paderborn, Eric Martel at Köln, Levan Burku, Stefanos Timas, making real contributions.
Okay, wow. So we've laid out these undeniable strengths for both leagues, haven't we? Each with its own passionate defenders in the sources you sent.
Clear strengths on both sides.
But as those fascinating sources reveal, the real debate, the controversial bit, often boils down to something much more subjective.
Yes, this is where it gets tricky.
And frankly, quite contentious.
Yeah.
The actual quality of the football on the pitch and the distinct flavor, let's say, of the fan atmosphere. This is where opinions really, really diverge.
Definitely. Very subjective territory.
So while the dues Bundesliga gets praised for its entertainment value, the goals, the unpredictability, some fans in your sources, people who've actually experienced both leagues, they paint a, well, less flattering picture of the on-pitch quality. One fan described a Bundesliga game they went to as awful, actually compared it to lower half League One standard in England.
Ouch. League One standard.
Yeah. believing that championship teams, like maybe Derby or Hull, would apparently wipe the floor with these teams and be comfortably mid-table, maybe even promotion contenders in the two Bundesliga.
That's a bold claim.
It is. And there's an even bolder one from another source, that if you, quote, take out the Champions League teams, the championship is stronger than the Bundesliga itself. The top Bundesliga.
Whoa, okay. Stronger than the Bundesliga minus the top teams. That is a strong statement. And it raises that question, doesn't it? How do we actually measure on-pitch quality versus just pure entertainment value? They're not always the same thing.
Exactly. And conversely, the style of atmosphere is also a big point of contention. So, while German crowds offer this very noisy, very passionate environment...
The choreographed chants, the flags, the tifos.
Yeah, the megaphones even. That whole ultra culture, this highly organized, almost performative fan subculture. Some English fans quoted in the sources find this, well, non-reactive to the action.
Meaning it doesn't change much based on the game.
Kind of. Like, it's often just the same 6-7 chants just on a loop the whole game, regardless of what's happening on the pitch. Some even describe the ultra culture as cringy or performative.
Right, preferring the English style.
Yeah, preferring that spontaneous, organic, banter-filled chanting you tend to find more often in England. So, very different preferences there.
Which, yeah, it brings us back to that important question. Which league is better?
Yeah.
And it's genuinely tough, isn't it? Yeah, as you can hear from those passionate voices in your sources, there are really strong, sometimes conflicting opinions on both sides.
Yeah.
And each viewpoint is kind of valid, really, depending on what you value most as a fan.
So what does this all boil down to for you, the listener? Well, the championship offers those unparalleled financial stakes, that grueling, super competitive landscape.
The marathon.
And that unique, reactive fan atmosphere, lots of banter. One source called it a last bastion of great football traditions. The two Bundesliga, on the other hand, it boasts those exceptional attendance figures that rival top divisions.
Yeah.
Incredible financial growth recently.
The fan?
A consistently passionate stadium atmosphere with safe standing, affordable tickets, and that unique fan-centric ownership model. It might genuinely be the most decorated second division in Europe, like your sources suggest.
Two very different, compelling models.
Ultimately, yeah, the better league.
Yeah.
It seems to depend entirely on what you prioritize as a football fan, doesn't it? Do you prefer the raw, unpredictable, financially massive drama and organic banter of the English Championship? Or do you lean towards the booming crowds, the community-led clubs, and that unique, choreographed, powerful atmosphere of the German 2 Bundesliga?
A fascinating choice.
It really is. And that's all the time we have for this deep dive into the fascinating world of second-tier football. We would genuinely love to hear your controversial opinions on this debate. What aspects of football culture, league structure, what do you prioritize when you're evaluating a league?